Hi everyone. So for my lesson, I did a rhyming game, and this was supposed to teach the students how to distinguish what rhymes and what does not rhyme. So um, for um, for the lesson, I asked my teacher, and I said, what's the best way you think I should do this? She said for stations that I could take a station and do maybe 3 or 4 kids at a time. So that's what I did. But in my submission, I wrote about Liam, who was the kid who was really energetic and eager to learn, and he had so many questions. So I was like, you know what, let me write it mainly about Liam. A little background about him is that he's bright and enthusiastic. He enjoys reading, word games, and stories. And during my lesson plan, he was very attentive and motivated, and he showed a lot of phonological strength as well as one clear area for growth. His strengths are that he successfully segmented sentences into individual words and could identify initial and final sounds in spoken words. So for my lesson, I had 2 papers. They don't rhyme and they do rhyme. So I kind of prepared like a little matching game for my students. So I give them a little bowl and I shook it up, and then they picked one, and then they pick one. So this one says sun. And then the next one, like you just draw it from a bowl, and the next one would be fun. So then I would say, do sun and fun rhyme? And then Liam would say, yes. So they did rhyme, so they would go right in the they do rhyme pile. Next one, we have cat and cake. And I would say, do they rhyme? And they would say no, and then they would put this for they do not rhyme. And I'd ask them why they don't rhyme, and then we would kind of go through how the word ended, what was in the middle. And so then I'd say, okay, we'll talk amongst each other. Do you think they rhyme? And then, yep, they would say yes or no. And then we would put it. And then I have 8 more. And then after that, I placed them in each and we went over it. And then, yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Then they actually started having a lot of fun with it. And I asked them to write their own words. And then they each drew bowls. And like, for example, one of them gave me up and down. And then Liam explained to me how up and down are opposites, but they do not rhyme. So yeah, that was my lesson, and they had a lot of fun with it and continued to play after that. So thanks.